Patriots lose in Germany 10-6 in one of the most embarrassing performances I have ever witnessed from the New England Patriots. They did not do anything right offensively or special teams. The only thing that was good was the defense, but evidently it was not enough as the Patriots fall 10-6. And honestly, the story of this game really is the lack of offense from New England, but Bailey Zappe getting the nod for the Patriots at quarterback. Mac Jones was benched at the end of the fourth quarter. Patriots got the ball back with 2 minutes left, down 4, chance to go on a game-winning drive, and Zappe was the quarterback in the game. Mac Jones was not hurt. There is no Mac Jones injury news to report. The only news to report about Mac Jones is that he is a horrific NFL quarterback and likely could have just started his last game as a Patriot. To me, this is the game that puts the nail in the coffin for Mac Jones. There is no way that he can be the starting quarterback in Foxborough come 2024. There is no way as a sane franchise. It would be malpractice to bring back Mac. In full transparency, I've been a Mac guy. I was on record telling everybody this season that Mac Jones and this Patriots team would make the playoffs because they had an improvement at OC with Bill O'Brien. But who knows if it's an improvement? I mean, I'm not kidding. The numbers for the Matt Patricia-led Patriots offense are better than the Bill O'Brien-led Patriots offense. I mean, Mac was 15-20 for 170 yards with an interception, no touchdowns. Mac was dink and dunk. And listen, it's hard to put the entire blame on Mac Jones with this Patriots offense because there's also the O-line, which stink. The O-line gave up 5 sacks in the first half. 5 sacks in one half of football. Are we kidding? Are we kidding? I get that your best O-lineman, Trent Brown, was out for the game. But 5 sacks in the first half? That O-line needs to be rehauled and basically reset across the board. You want to look at wide receiver. You had some good things with Demario Douglas, but that's it. Pop Douglas had 6 catches for 84 yards. He's the only player on this offense of skill positions that is worth coming back next season. You have Demario Douglas as your slot wide receiver / wide receiver 3, and then you get a real wide receiver on the 2 real wide receivers on the outside. None of this Devontae Parker bullshit or Juju Smith-Schuster. They're both bad. Parker didn't play in this game due to a concussion, but I mean, listen, he's not good. He hasn't put up good numbers. Juju Smith is a waste of a 3-year, $27 million contract with incentives up to $33 million. Well, here's some news flash for you, Juju Smith-Schuster. You won't be getting that $33 million because there's no chance you hit those incentives because you cannot get open for Mac Jones. You're bad. And that knee might be cooked as well for Juju. It's just bad in New England. Their offense can't do anything. They're good defensively. How many times can I say that? But, dealing with the injuries they have defensively and the fact they've been able to still hold opponents to not going crazy is honestly impressive. But it's more of an indictment on this offense. I mean, outside of Demario Douglas, there's not one bright spot. Sure, Ramondre Stevenson played a decent game. But, I mean, the offense cannot score. They were actually, fun fact for you when it comes to this Patriots team, they were 4th in the NFL in red zone percentage when it comes to scoring touchdowns. 4th. So when they got to the red zone, coming into this game, they were about 66.7% scoring a touchdown. They got to the red zone 4 times today and didn't score a touchdown one of them. Not one. They threw an interception. They kicked 2 field goals. They got to the field, 4 times. They kicked 2 field goals, missed the field goal, and threw an interception. Bad red zone offense. And part of that falls on your quarterback, Mac Jones. He is unable to read a defense at this point and fire to an open guy. He doesn't have arm strength. They call him Noodle Arm Mac for a reason. And I'm starting to think he really does have that noodle arm because that interception he threw was bad. And he should have thrown an interception before the Patriots kicked their second field goal. The ball was dropped. I mean, it has just been bad play for Mac Jones. You thought maybe he would be turning a corner with this Patriots team after that win at home against the Buffalo Bills, where he had 300-plus yards. The Patriots offense scored 29 points, and Mac Jones had a game-winning drive with New England. As time expired, basically, they scored a touchdown. But this offense, since that game, has not been good. They have not eclipsed 20 points. 17 against Miami, 17 against Washington, and 6 tonight. It is bad. It is really, really bad. More thoughts on the Patriots' State of the Union, as we will, and Bill Belichick in a bit. But today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks, my #1 daily fantasy sports app and platform out there. And if you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS, you'll get a first deposit match up to $100. You don't have to play pros or sharks like other daily fantasy sports platforms. You just play the numbers, and you can pick 2 to 6 player stat projections and win up to 25 times your money. Yes, you heard that correctly. I made picks on this Patriots-Colts game, and I lost, of course. I took more than Demario Douglas. That was the only one I got right. Talk about a bad beat with Jonathan Taylor. I took less than 68.5 rushing yards. He had exactly a 69 rushing yards, which is very nice, but more than, and I took less than, and then Mac Jones didn't even sniff 217.5. Bad day for Mac. But another reason why I love Prize Picks is they have an insurance reboot policy where if one of your players you select gets hurt in the first half of that game, you will not lose. You will actually have the ability to get him removed from your selection and then just move on from there and have the rest of the people you picked. No other daily fantasy sports platform does that. Prize Picks does. That is why they are the absolute best. All right, back to the game where the Patriots lost 10-6. And the real question to me is, where is Bill Belichick's stance in all of this? And it's hard to flame him completely for this loss because Bill Belichick has nothing to do with the offense. He does have a lot to do with building this roster as he is acting GM and head coach. So you can blame him for the lack of offensive talent. That you can do. But you can't blame him for play calling or the decisions made by the players on the field offensively. So when I look at Bill Belichick, he can do things excellent on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, the Patriots defense is still very good. But the thing is, every other phase of the game isn't. You missed the 35-yard field goal. You gave up a kick return to the 40-yard line where Isaiah McKenzie almost housed it. You, in the first quarter of this game, you brought in all-out pressure on second down to try to block a punt where the Colts had it at their own 10-yard line, and you didn't have anyone back to receive the kick. And what happened? It was a 79-yard punt by the Colts, and they flipped the entire field. That's on the head coach. And with them being 2-8 and not having pretty much any success outside of Mac's rookie year with Belichick as the head coach and no Tom Brady, you have to ask the question, should Bill Belichick be fired while the Patriots are on their bye week? 2 weeks until their next game against the New York Giants. And if I'm going to be honest, this is the first time I've thought this, but I think he should be fired. Being dead serious, I think he should be fired. I've been under the assumption and under the take that they should not fire Bill Belichick during the season because he is the greatest coach of all time, and he's going to be someone that you want back in Foxborough around the organization once Belichick retires. But the problem is that I think you have to send a message. And Robert Kraft, I think there's a disconnect between him and Bill Belichick, and I think this is the perfect time for him, and I say him is Robert Kraft, to take the opportunity and fire Bill Belichick because the product that has been on the field for the past 2 seasons has been flat out unacceptable. And the blame does solely go on Belichick. I said you can't blame him for the offensive struggles, but you can blame him for the bad team building, and you could blame him for not having his guys ready to play. And when I mean ready to play, I mean serious. Like, you score 6 points against the Colts, you lose. You can't score double digits against the Colts. They're rocking with Gardner Minshew. He is horrible. They scored a touchdown in the first drive of the game, and after that, they scored 3 points, and you couldn't win the game. It's just disappointing, man. It is just really disappointing. Belichick can't draft wide receivers. He can't draft offensive talent. Honestly, if they should have fired him when they drafted Cole Strange in the first round. That should have been a fireable offense right there. It's dark day in New England land. It's dark day in Foxborough as the Patriots lose to the Colts in Germany 10-6. This was the game that Robert Kraft wanted to win the most this season. He has a lot of ties to Germany. He wanted to win this game, and Belichick couldn't deliver a win when the opposing offense couldn't score the football. Disappointing, man. It's going to do it for today's show. Make sure you do subscribe to Patriots Today. Myself, Nic Rohloff, Harrison Graham are going to have you covered the latest Patriots news and rumors. And hey, the rumors surrounding Bill Belichick are only going to heat up. And Mac Jones, realistically, is Mac Jones going to be the quarterback coming out of the bye week? It's hard to go back to him after you openly bench him in a close game. So we'll keep you updated throughout the bye week. And then when the offseason gets here, it'll be a fun offseason. Maybe a head coaching change, high draft pick, a lot of free agency rumors as well, a lot of cap space. So hit that sub button, join the channel here at Patriots Today.